Thank you for joining on time as usual. So, here 1 second. So, today we're going to have a very interesting topic. One of that I personally consider one of the most important ones if you want to domain English. Because we're going to be talking about simple past. Actually, simple past is kind of complex. I wouldn't say complex, but tricky because of the pronunciation. And because sometimes we might get confused, especially when we use auxiliaries and questions in negative statements. So sometimes we get confused. Even I sometimes get confused. So we are going to practice it. So I'll show you some activities and for you to get used to it, especially with verbs, because the most challenging part of this tense is the verbs. So let me share my screen.
Teacher, disculpe que lo interrumpa. Se escucha mucho ruido.
Yes.
Perdón, quería pedirle permiso si hoy puedo estar muteado porque estoy trabajando.
That's okay, no problem.
Sí, si me pregunta algo, me disculpa, porque hoy sí estoy complicado de tiempo y el trabajo sí me complica. Perdón.
That's fine, no worries.
Perdón, soy Diego.
Yes, I know. Okay, guys, so yeah. So we are going to start with this activity. which is about sounds. Okay, so I'll show you, or I'll play some sounds. I will also show you the description and you will try to guess which sound that is. So I'm sorry for the sounds because some of them are disgusting. So I'm sorry in advance. No worries. Okay, so we have the first one. I don't like this sound, but help me read this, De Leon.
The sound of stomach gas coming from the mouth.
So how do you call this in English? This is verb.
Verb.
Excellent. We don't say verb, it is a verb. So this action is the verb, or it is also a noun, verb. What about this one? Carla Hernandez.
The sharp sound of air expelled from the lungs.
Very good. Expelled from the lungs. So what is this, guys? What is this sound?
Cough or no?
Excellent. Yeah, so this is cough. Perfect. Cough. We have a shot of fear or pain normally with tears. What is this?
Cry.
Excellent. Cry. De Leon.
No, teach everyone.
Uh-huh.
The sound of gas coming out of the butt. No sé cómo se pronuncia eso último.
What is this? This is a fart. 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 Excellent. Fart. Hitting a surface noisily to attract attention. This is knock. So when we do this, someone is knocking on the door, or we can change the preposition on, so we can say someone is knocking at the door. But the meaning is different. The meaning is different. For example, if you say someone is knocking at the door, someone is standing outside in front of my house, in front of my door. But what happens if I said, if I say someone is knocking on the door, so that person is touching my door, okay, or hitting my door. So that's the main difference. Alguien llama a la puerta. Alguien está tocando la puerta. So we are changing just the preposition at on. And just by changing the preposition, we also change the meaning. Carla, help me read.
The sound of something being funny.
Excellent. The sound of something being funny. What is this?
Loud.
Perfect. We have laugh. De Leon.
A long, loud cry of emotion or pain. Scream? No.
Scream. Scream like the movie. Scream. The sound of hitting your hands together. What's this?
clap,
Perfect. Clap. Excellent. Help me read, Carla.
a very noisy break while you are sleeping.
Excellent. A very noisy breath while you are sleeping. What is this? How do we call this in English? This is the word. Snore.
Snore.
Perfect. Snore. Like, so that's called snore. De Leon.
To speak very quietly using the breath, but not the voice.
Whisper.
Excellent. Whisper. Perfect. To whisper. Okay, so that was everything. Now, let's go back to the important part. So, as I told you, today we are going to be learning a little bit more about the simple past. So I found this very interesting because some students, I would say many students have the same issue with ED pronunciation. So just remember that the pronunciation will vary depending on the last sound of the verb. So ed is considered a suffix. What is a suffix? Something that we add to an existing word. Okay, it is normally placed at the end of the word. So in this case, for example, this rule only applies for regular verbs. Okay, that we don't change the word, but we only add the suffix ed at the end. So the pronunciation will change. We are not going to pronounce it id sometimes or ed. No. So the pronunciation may be id or d, as you can see here. So let's see. It says the pronunciation of words ending in ed depends on the final consonant sound. There are three ways to pronounce ed at the end of the word in English. We have it and d, d, d. So when do we pronounce it as id? When the final consonant is a T or a D. So I want you to keep this in mind. So for example, we have want. So the final sound is a T. So we say wanted. Sometimes, especially in spoken English, we drop this letter. So we don't say wanted, we say wanted. And the same happens when we have a D sound. Okay, so we have needed, needed, studied, needed, wanted, guided, and so on. Okay, so just remember, we are going to pronounce it as id when the last sound or consonant is either T or D. Don't forget this, please. And then we have the sound. So we pronounce the verb when the last sound or the last consonant is P, K, F, G, H, S, H, C, H, S, S, C, and X. Okay, but just remember that we are talking about pronunciation. So if the verb ends in sound, if we add the suffix ed, it is going to be pronounced as the letter T. Okay. For example, we have this one. We have help, help. So the sound is very plosive. So in this case, we are going to pronounce the ed ending as helped, helped, helped. So especially like in normal conversation or in spoken English, we drop the letter P. So you may listen to helped, helped. But some people will say helped, help. Then we have this one. Look, 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 the sound. So the same rule applies. Looked, looked, looked. I don't want to say looked, teacher. It's kind of complex. In that case, so we can just drop the letter K and say looked, looked. Sound, sound. Sniff, sniff, sniffed, sniffed, sniffed. This one. We don't say laugh at, laugh, laugh. So as you may see, the pronunciation is kind of similar. Sniff, laugh, laughed, laughed. This one. So this one is shh, like when we shush someone. Shh, be quiet. Wash, washed, wash. Then we have ch, watch, watch. So in this case, the sound is stronger. So this one is very soft, but this one is very is stronger. So we have watch, watched, watched, watched. And then we have kiss, kiss. Be careful because this one, it's now kiss, kiss, kiss. No, there is no vibration here. So it is only kiss, kiss. So kissed, kissed, kissed. Dance, dance, danced, danced. Fix, x, 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 fix, fixed, fixed, fixed. So be careful with this, please. So these are called or considered voiceless sound. Why voiceless, teacher? Because if you put your fingers on your throat and you try to pronounce these letters or these sounds, they're not going to be vibrations at all. Okay. So once again, so these sounds are considered voiceless because they don't make any vibration. So if you put all your fingers on your throats and try to pronounce the letter P in this case, there is no vibration because we are only using our lips and air, of course. So we are not using our vocal cords. So that's the reason this is considered voiceless and there is no vibration. Okay, so just keep in mind and remember, voiceless sound will be pronounced as, when it comes to ed ending in simple past. Okay, helped, looked, sniffed, laughed, washed, watched, kissed, danced, fixed. But what happens when we have voiced sounds? So these sounds are considered voiced because there is a vibration. Okay, we use the vocal cords. So for example, l, l. So if you put your fingers on your throat, if you pronounce this sound, you will notice there is a vibration because we are using the vocal cords. Okay, so whenever we have this, so we pronounce the suffix as the letter D. Like the. This one is t, and this one is the. Cold, cleaned, offered, damaged, loved, used. So many people say use it. No, it is not use it. Remember, it is used. Amazed. Okay, keep in mind that this is a Z. Amaze. Z, z. There is vibration. Amazed. What is it? Amazed? Amazed. Robbed. 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 Claimed. Claimed. Claim. Claimed. Okay, so remember, voiceless sounds with the letter T, voiced sounds with the letter D. Okay. Then we have the following ED words used as adjectives are pronounced with id. Agreed, blessed, crooked, I'm sorry, blessed, crooked, naked, wicked, raked, like this. Okay, so but these are adjectives, these are not verbs. Use the vocal cords and they pronounce a vibration or humming sound in the throat. Touch your throat to feel it. Okay, si se ponen ustedes los dedos debajo de la, perdón, aquí en la garganta, van a ver de que cuando ustedes pronuncien estos sonidos, no va a haber vibración, pero cuando pronuncian estos, va a haber vibración. Entonces, cuando no haya vibración, se va a pronunciar helped. Y cuando haya vibración, se va a pronunciar the cold. Any questions about this? No questions?
No, teacher.
Okay, so let's continue. Okay. So we have some videos. Okay, so we have we never about it. So what would be the pronunciation of this in past? How would you pronounce this verb in past?
So,
Would it be talked, talked, or talked?
soft,
Perfect. With the letter T. Okay, talked, talked. I love this sound. So what is the pronunciation of this in past?
Needed.
Perfect. Needed. If I got.
lock,
Very good. Locked. If I got locked away. He's not saying if I got locked away. No, if I got locked away. I love this song. I must have called 1,000 times. How would you pronounce this verb?
Cold.
Perfect. Cold. Cold. Don't say cold. Cold.
You wanted control.
You
Once.
you want? You want? What is the pronunciation of this? Remember, the verb ends in T. So it'll be wanted. Wanted.
Almost loved you.
Almost.
Loved you.
Excellent. Loved you. Almost loved you.
But I haven't missed you yet.
But I haven't.
Póngala otra vez, teacher. Es
But
muy buena esa
I
canción.
haven't missed you yet.
Okay, but I haven't. Is it D sound or T sound?
T sound.
T sound.
Missed.
Missed. Missed. No, missed. It's impossible. Missed. No, missed.
Started when lesson going now more.
It started.
Perfect.
All right.
Very good.
Laughed and shook his hand.
Loved it.
Laughed it? Really?
Laughed and shook his hand.
It is laughed. Laughed. It sounded like laughed it because he pronounced and. He joined the sound. Like laughed and shook his hand. Laughed and. So that's why you might get confused. But in this case, it isn't laughed, it is laughed. And the last one.
As the leaves turn brown.
As the leaves
Good.
turned with the letter D. Turned down. I mean turned brown. Don't say turned. No, turned brown. Very good.
Push.
Okay, so let's practice. We have push. How will pronounce this in past? De Leon.
Con T sound.
Pronounce it.
Pushed.
Pushed.
Excellent. Very good. Pushed.
Walk.
Hernandez.
We did walk.
Which one? 1, 2, or 3?
The second.
Like walked? Walked? Are you sure? So in this case, I'll say it is this one.
Walked.
Walked. Let's see this one. No, no, because of the sound. Walk, walked.
Clean.
De Leon.
Cleaned. D sound.
Cleaned.
Very good. Cleaned. Cleaned.
Drop.
Drop. We have letter P. There is no vibration. So, cuando no hay vibración, ¿cuál se ocupa?
La D, teacher. Drop.
This one.
Drop.
Acuérdense. Dropped. No, it's not dropped. It is
Dropped.
dropped. Acuérdense. Solo se va a usar id cuando el verbo termina en T y en D. Cuando hay vibración, cuando si se ponen ustedes los dedos aquí en la garganta y sienten ustedes vibración, entonces se va a pronunciar con la letra D. Pero si no hay vibración, estamos hablando de la última letra. ¿Cómo se pronunciaría esta letra? Drop, drop, drop. So, if you noticed, there is no vibration. So this sound
Teacher,
is
what is drop?
voiceless.
¿Qué
Dejar
significa
caer,
drop?
dejar
Dejar
caer.
caer.
Ujú. Drop. So this is voiceless. So that's why we're using the t sound. Dropped.
Call.
Call. Call. This one is not, of course. So is it with this, with letter T or D?
Letter D.
Letter D.
Called.
Perfect. Cold.
Add.
Add. Uh-huh.
Added.
Added.
Perfect.
Kiss.
Kiss.
Kissed. Letter T.
Perfect.
Kissed.
Kissed.
Stay.
Stay. Stay. Huh?
Letter D. Stayed.
Stayed.
Perfect. Stayed.
Wash.
Wash. Haha, guys, wash.
Letter
Letter
T.
T.
Washed.
Washed. Perfect.
Start.
Start.
Started.
Started.
Very good. Excellent. Started. Now we have this story. And I want you to help me read. Let's pay attention to the sounds. Okay, the ed sounds. Because you're going to be given many verbs and I want you to pronounce the ed sound properly. Okay, so we have the first sentence. Help me, De Leon.
It started as a normal day.
Repeat.
It started as a normal day.
Perfect. Continue, Carla.
I watched the news.
I
and
watch it.
Watch it.
I watch it.
¿Cómo se decía, teacher?
I watched.
I watched the news. And esa también, ¿cómo se dice?
Waited.
Waited as my wife prepared breakfast.
Excellent. So I watched the news and waited as my wife prepared breakfast. Continue, De Leon.
Okay, she cooked and cleaned.
Repeat.
Cooked
Mhm.
and I cleaned, which is what we had decided on when we dated and continued, even after we got married.
Excellent. My best recommendation is to exaggerate the sounds right now. For you to get used to, it, exaggerate the last sound. She cooked and cleaned, porque yo quiero escuchar que lo esté pronunciando bien, which is what we had decided on when we dated and continued, even after we got married. Continue, Carla.
I loved the way she scrambled eggs, and I still do.
Ah, no, it is not loved. It is I loved. I
I
loved,
loved
the way she scrambled
scrambled eggs,
eggs.
and I still do.
Perfect. Continue, De Leon.
After I walked to the store and picked up some groceries.
After I walked to the store and picked up some groceries. Continue, Carla.
I asked the butcher about the smoked meat, but I had not been cured, and I needed to wait another day.
Very good. I asked the butcher about the smoked meat, but I had not been cured, and I needed to wait another day. Later, I relaxed and I used the hammock while I typed a few emails on my laptop. So just be careful with the pronunciation, the ed sounds. Okay, I know it may be very confusing right now, but for the time you're going to get it. Okay, so we're going to stop here. Now let's continue. So now that we know a little bit about pronunciation, now let's go with grammar. Okay, so I want you to pay attention how they explain the simple past, because it's very interesting. It's very easy to remember. Okay, so this video is gonna show you what things to do when we use simple past, just for you not to forget any. I mean, just for you not to forget when to use the base form verb, when not to use it, when to turn the verb into past, and so on.
Hi there.
Hi.
What did you do yesterday?
I went outside and played tennis with my friends.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, when we talk about something in the past, we have to change a verb. Today I play tennis, but yesterday I
Played tennis.
Right. So what did we change?
We added ed at the end of play.
Exactly. Can we add ed to other verbs to make them past?
Yep, most of them, but not all of them.
Right. There are some special verbs that change in different ways. We call these irregular verbs. Do you know some examples?
Sure I do. Eat, ate, sit, sat, go, went, have, had.
Nice job. Okay, you already know how to make the verbs past, so we won't focus on that this time. But we don't just use verbs by themselves. In this video, we'll look at whole sentences and make sure we're making them past in the correct way.
Sounds good.
Okay, the first thing we need to do is look at some helping verbs.
What are those?
Those are the little verbs that go in front of the main verbs sometimes. Words like is or can or have.
Oh, I know those.
All right, what are some others?
Do, does, am, are, has. I think that's it.
Good. There are some others, but these are the most common ones. What's the past form of am, is, are?
Was and were.
Good. I'm going to write all of our past verbs in blue. What's next?
Do, does, and did.
Right.
Have, has, had. I don't know the last one.
Can, could.
Oh, right.
Do you know why these are important?
No, why?
Because if you use one of these helping verbs in a past sentence, that word must be past. Okay?
Okay.
Main verbs are sometimes past, but sometimes not.
But how do you know when main verb should be past?
Let's find out. How about another sentence? Let's start with present, not past yet.
Hannah goes to the store.
Great. To see how the same verb can change in different ways, let's look at some similar sentences with goes. Is Hannah goes to the store positive, negative, or a question?
It's positive.
What's the negative form of the same sentence?
Hannah doesn't go to the store.
And what if I wanted to ask it as a question? A yes-no question.
Does Hannah go to the store?
Now we've got all three. What are the verbs?
Go and goes.
Good. Anything else?
Oh, does.
Right. Okay, what's the past of go goes?
Right, guys, let's pay attention to this part because it's essential just for you to get it, okay?
Went.
And what's the past of does?
Did.
Yep. Now, if we change all of the verbs to past, what do we get?
Did Hannah went to the store? Hannah went to the store. Hannah didn't went to the store.
Uh-oh, that's not right. Well, the positive sentence is right, but the question and negative sentence are wrong.
So we can't just make all the verbs past to make the whole sentence past.
That's right. In fact, we can only make one of them past. Because the past verbs are blue, I call this the one blue word rule.
The positive sentence only has one blue word.
And that's why that sentence is okay. But let's look at the question. Right now it has two blue words, so we need to change one of them back to present.
Does it matter which one?
Definitely. Remember, if you have a helping verb in a past sentence, that helping verb needs to be past.
Oh yeah.
In our example, which is the helping verb?
Did.
Keep that one the same and change went back to present.
Did Hannah go to the store?
Now it's good. What about the negative sentence?
It still has two blue words, and did is supposed to be blue, so we should change went back to go.
Hannah didn't go to the store. Well done.
That's it?
Yep, that's it. Now you try. Here are some different sentences in the past form. Can you make them past?
I think so.
Remember, only one word can be blue past. If you have a helping verb, that's what needs to be past. If you don't have one, then the main verb can be past instead. Go ahead.
Daniel can climb trees.
What's the verb?
Climb. Can climb.
Good. Which one should you make past?
Can. Can changes to could. Daniel could climb trees when he was 5.
Well done. How about the next one?
Are you watching TV tonight? The verbs are and watching.
Okay. Make one of them past.
Are is the helping verb, so we have to make them past. Was, no, were. Were you watching TV last night?
Very nice.
Laura swims in the ocean. The main verb is swim. There is no helping verb.
So what now?
Well, swim can be past, right? There has to be one blue past verb, and swim is the only verb, so that has to be past.
That's right.
Okay then, Laura swam in the ocean.
Excellent. Last one.
I haven't got any chalk. The verbs are have and got. If we only change one, we change have to had. So I hadn't got any chalk.
You've done it. Nice job.
Thanks.
So next time you have to make a past sentence, remember the one blue word rule.
Got it.
Okay, so that was actually good. Do you have any questions about this video, guys?
Ese niño sabe más que yo.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. So we have this irregular verbs 3-second race. So let's go with easy. Level 1. So, what's the past of this verb?
Does.
Did.
Did, the past. Okay, the past is
Did.
did. What about this one?
Went.
Went. Perfect.
Slept.
Slept. Very good.
Ate.
Very good.
Came.
Very good.
Had.
Very good.
Put. Drove. Ese no sé.
Do you know, Carla?
So,
Saw.
So,
Saw.
broke.
Broke. Level 2. No. There's no. Steal.
Stole.
Stole. Read.
Read.
Ride.
Wrote.
Drink.
drunk.
No. This one is drink. 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 Drank. The past participle is drunk. Fly. Flew. Forget.
Forgot.
Forgot. Get.
Got.
Got. Take.
Took.
Write.
Wrote.
Grow.
Grew.
Very good. Now let's go with heart. Tear.
Esa que la haga.
Tear.
I don't know.
Tore. Bite. Bit. Choose.
Choose.
Choice.
I mean choose. Choose is chose. I'm sorry. Choose. Chose. Chose. Feed. Fed. This means to give food. Alimentar. Okay. Feed in the past is fed. Hang. We change this letter is hung. Stand. Stood. Stand. Stood. Ring. 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 It's the same as drink, drank, ring, rang. Set. Set.
Set.
The same. It doesn't change. Set. Rise. Rose. Freeze. Like,
Rose.
very good. Froze.
Para película. Dice.
Like frozen. No, that was frozen. That is in past participle. Yeah, freeze, froze, frozen. Very good. Now we have this activity. So we're going to read this and we are going to turn the verb into past. So for example, we have the first sentence. Help me, De Leon. De Leon, not read up to here. You're going to read all this up to here.
No entendí, teacher.
Me va a leer todo hasta aquí.
Ok.
Hasta aquí donde dice esto, leave.
Sí, ok. Yesterday is a busy day. I wake up and take a
But
shower.
it says, read the story, putting the verbs in the simple past. Yesterday, what is the past of is?
Yesterday was a busy day. I woke up and took a shower, and then I ate breakfast and watched the news. After that, I drove to work and had meetings until noon.
Until.
Until noon, I went to Burger King for lunch, where I saw my friend Steve. So we talked about life. Then I leave. No sé cómo se pasaba.
Then I left.
Left.
Left. Mhm. Continue, Carla.
I
Don't say worked. I
no sé.
sí sabe, lo acabamos de ver. Ajá. What is the past
I
of
worked
work? I worked. Ajá.
until 5:30 and
And
I goes to the gym.
what is the past of go?
No, went.
Ajá.
I swam
Ajá.
for an hour and then I changed
Ajá.
clothes and meet.
What's the past of meet?
MEETD. Meet.
This is irregular. And met.
Met my friends at the bar. We
Drink.
drank some beers and played pool. Finally, I got home and made dinner for my wife and kids.
Very good. So we have I worked until 5:30 and went to the gym. I swam for an hour and then I changed clothes and met my friends at the bar. We drank some beers and played pool. Finally, I got home and made dinner for my wife and kids. Now let's continue with travel. Helmi de Leon. Read everything.
Todo. Teacher, todo.
Yes.
Okay. Yesterday was amazing. I traveled to Disneyland. ¿Cómo se pronuncia? Disneyland. With my family. We flew to Orlando and no sé,
Rented.
rented, cierto, terminan T, ¿verdad?
Yes.
And rented a car. Then we checked into the hotel and unpacked our bags. Later we ate at Olive Garden and I loved the pasta. Finally, we got to Disneyland and rode all the best rides. My mom bought souvenirs at the gift shop while my dad took pictures of us with the Disney characters. Disney characters. Sadly, my dad dropped his phone and it broke. Esa palabra, Leslie. No. Lastly, we watched the fireworks and went back to the hotel. I will never forget my day at Disney.
Excellent. Very good. Dinner. Carla.
Yesterday, I had to make dinner for my family and
What is the past of this verb? ¿Cuál es el pasado de be? I was And I was nervous.
Nervous, and I start taking cooking classes, and everyone went to test me.
All right, we have I started, porque termina en T y este termina en T. I started taking cooking classes, and everyone wanted to test me. Continue. First,
I went to the store and
bought
some fancy ingredients like truffles and lobster. Then I made some fresh cheddar biscuit and
blended
blended some lemonade with ice and mint. Next,
chopped.
Vegetable for a fresh salad. After that, I boiled the lobster and prepared a truffle butter sauce. Finally, for dessert, I baked chocolate lava cakes. Everyone enjoyed the meal and congratulated me on my progress.
Congratulated me on my progress. Very good. Vaya, lo que quiero que tengan en cuenta es que en inglés existen los verbos regulares y los verbos irregulares. No hay una regla en sí para que nosotros sepamos cuál es regular y cuál es regular y cuál es irregular, sino que nos lo tenemos que aprender de memoria. So we have this. Yesterday I had to make dinner for my family and I was nervous. I started, este es regular, porque solo se le agrega ed. I started taking cooking classes and everyone wanted, this is also regular because we're only adding ed to test me. First, I went to the store and bought some fancy ingredients like truffles and lobsters. Then I made some fresh cheddar biscuits and blended some lemonade with ice and mint. This is also considered regular because we're just adding the suffix. Next, chopped vegetables for a fresh salad. After that, I boiled the lobster and prepared a truffle butter sauce. Finally, for dessert, I baked chocolate lava cakes. Everyone enjoyed the meal and congratulated me on my progress. So, how many regular verbs we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We have 9 regular verbs. Fácil, imagínense, los irregulares son los que más se usan. The only difference is the pronunciation. Aunque este es irregular y le agregamos la ed, the pronunciation is not the same as this one and this one. Prepared, baked, congratulated. Entonces, la única parte difícil es que estos verbos se van a pronunciar de forma diferente. ¿Ok? Pero siguen siendo regular verbs. So, we are going to stop here. I'll send you the questions that I told you, the homework on Friday, for you to have time to do it, because I want everybody to do the homework. Do you have any questions?